One of those who has recently made it through the finish line is the BBC's Sophie Raworth, one of several of our colleagues who've been taking part today. And Sophie, how was it for you?
It was fantastic. It was amazing. Wonderful, beautiful day. I mean, it couldn't have been better. It wasn't too hot. Really lovely. The crowds were out in force and just carry you along. They're just extraordinary. Just at the moments when you're really struggling and you get to Canary Wharf and you think it's not another sort of 8 miles, and they just propel you along. And I came close to tears at moments. It was wonderful. It's really moving. It's a really moving experience.
You talk about those last 8 miles and how difficult they are. I'm intrigued to know from all the runners I'm speaking to today how you get through that last painful bit.
You just dig in. I start imagining, when I got to 5 miles, I thought, well, that's just my usual run at home. I know what that looks like. I just visualise it. And also, from the very outset, I stuck to the pace I knew I could do. And I'd run 21 miles at almost that pace. So I knew I could do it. And if you have to, as everyone says, you have to believe in yourself. So much of that race is mental. It's in your head. And just when you're thinking I'm tired, you just say, no, you're not. You're all right. You keep going.
It was incredible. It was one of the most amazing days of my life, actually. And I knew I wasn't going to be running for a time because I stopped at 11 miles.
What happened?
Well, somebody had fallen over in front of me. Well, she was already on the floor when I got to her, actually. Her name was Nolene, and her face was covered in blood, and she was in a bit of a bad way, really. And she wasn't, there were people around her, but there were no emergency services. So I wanted to wait with her until the emergency services came and make sure she was all right, So, and she was. I wiped her. She was worried about how she looked. She said, "How do I look? Do I look ridiculous?" And so I had a tissue, so I just wiped her face and got some of the blood off. And she said, "Don't worry about me. It's just a race. It's just a race. You go on." And I thought, well, it's not really just a race anymore, is it?
Yeah.
This isn't just a race. It's about, I don't know.
It's about camaraderie.
Yeah, it's about the camaraderie, and it's about the triumph of the human spirit, and it's about running back and helping people.
I came in a little bit faster than I did last year, which is fantastic, but just to finish, just to be part of this is just absolutely brilliant.
How did you find it? Was it tough going? So I know you have one of your legs, or both actually, are quite strapped up there, so you've had a bit of injury.
My physio went into overdrive on the last day I saw him. I have had calf strain, I've had a few tears in the muscles, I've had a few inflamed tendons. I mean, lots and lots of runners get all of these things. They just decided to put scaffolding on me. I did wonder whether I would be able to take part. And then those awful events at Boston happened, and I just thought, a few problems with your leg is nothing.
Oh, really? So up until then, you were ahhing about whether to...
I was seriously, this time last week, I was seriously thinking, let's not do it this year, let's wait, maybe do it next year. And then I just thought, you just want to be a part of today and part of the community and part of this event and wear the black ribbon and think of what happened and just kind of pay tribute, really.